Peace. We have logic, reason, then we have emotion. See, a lot of times we place a negative emphasis on somebody that is emotional. We view them in a negative light versus the person that may be logical. When at the end of the day, being emotional is not positive nor negative. It's not good nor bad. It simply just is. When somebody is being emotional, they are simply being emotional. They're not being good or bad. They're not being positive or negative, just like a person that's being logical. They are simply being logical. Doesn't make them better, doesn't make them worse. That is just describing how they are viewing something or how they are acting. You are viewing something in a logical light. You are viewing something in an emotional light. And guess what? Both sides are necessary. At times, you need to be able to tap into that emotional side. At times, you need to be able to tap into that logical side. It's like the yin and yang, they complement one another. But instead, we like to wage war utilizing these two concepts. Y'all heard me talk about resisting nature, going against nature, making everything a competition. There shouldn't be any competition between logic and emotion. They need each other. There are going to be times in your life where you need to tap into that emotion, and that's going to save you. There will be times where you need to tap into that logic, and it will save you. You don't want to be overly emotional to the point where you fail to reason, and you don't want to be overly logical to the point where you don't have any type of emotion. So you have to be able to establish that balance. That's all that life is about. You can use the emotions to build some powerful things. Man, there have been a lot of creations based off of emotion, based off of someone being emotional. Art based off of emotion. Some of the best art on the planet revolves around people being emotional, expressing their emotions, expressing their feelings. Without them being emotional, we wouldn't have that beautiful work of art. And same for logic. We have a lot of theories right now. A lot of theories that were manifested, created, constructed based purely off of reason and logic. So we need both. One is not better than the other. And this is what we must understand, especially when it comes to man versus woman. Or not man versus woman, I'm going to say man and woman. If we are going to view the woman as an emotional creature, which I feel like in this day and age, everybody is simply emotional, which is a fact because we all possess emotions. But you may have one group that's more emotional than the other. That doesn't make that group worse or more negative than the other. It just is. So if hypothetically speaking, we are going to say women are the more emotional creatures and we are the more logical creatures, we shouldn't be warned in regards to that. We need to understand that that's the yin and yang, complementary. So she's supposed to come in and compliment us on the emotional side, and we supposed to compliment her on the logical side. We're not supposed to talk down on her. We're not supposed to look at her and say, oh, y'all overly emotional. Y'all don't know how to deal with reason. Y'all don't know how to deal with logic, and just criticize her. Because some of us are so logical to the point as men that we not in tune with the emotional side. And that's just as important as a woman needing to be able to tap into her logical side. But that's what we are here for. We supposed to balance her out. We supposed to balance them out. Just like they supposed to balance us out and compliment us. And that's what's happening. We are at war with one another. So the balancing out is not happening. It's not happening. So you just got a bunch of dudes that's dealing with reason and logic, and we not tapping into the emotional side because we are at war collectively with our women with the emotional side, and vice versa. So we got to kill this unnecessary nonsense, man. It's like a war versus logic and emotion. Nah, they complement one another. Complement one another. One is not better than the other. They both are needed. They both are required. When they come together, when the logic and emotion come together and you find that balance between the two, you become a more powerful person. You become a more balanced individual. And when you got the emotional person and a logical person, they come together and form one unit, they become a more powerful unit. They become powerful as a team. That's life. So again, stop viewing emotions or being emotional as something that's bad. It's not. It's not good nor bad. It's just, it is what it is. It's emotional. It's emotions, energy, emotion, just like logic. Deal in equality. Deal in balance. Peace.